everyone, you're welcome to Flookiesden. My name is Afolake and I'm so glad to have you join me on today's vlog. If you're seeing this video for the very first time, I would encourage you to click the subscribe button and don't miss every video that I post on this channel because I post every week. So do well to subscribe, put on your notification bell so you know when I post a new video every time. I'm a YouTuber in Saskatoon in Canada and I share content for new immigrants to look forward to. Those that are moving into a new country, they know what to look forward to. If you're studying and that's the topic of today, you will also have something to look forward to and you will get information that you require on this blog. So don't go anywhere. Welcome back to my channel. And so based on inquiries that I've had and people asking me questions about what they require for them to study in Canada, what the expectation is, I'm just going to put everything in here in this video. So I'll be talking about documents that you require for your proof of funds and who can sponsor you if you really look forward to being a student here in Canada. So do well to watch through to the very end so you don't miss out on any information that I share here. First things first, for an aspiring student into Canada, you need to apply for a study permit from a designated learning institute, DLI, and that's where you get your permit. You can search, depending on the province that you wish to move to for your course of study, you can search for the designated learning institute, but be careful to search for those that offer postgraduate work permits in case you might decide to stay back to work, right? So it's better to look ahead of time, think into the future and just plan that out. So when you pick those designated learning institutes that offer postgraduate course of study after you complete your schooling, it's easy for you to transit into working here in Canada. The designated learning institutes are approved schools by the provincial or territorial government here in Canada. So remember to apply for your work permits before you leave your country, and that's how, one of the documents that you will require for you to be able to apply for that school. If you're looking forward to studying here in Canada, you need to apply for your study permit from your home country before you leave. This study permit is required because you need an acceptance letter from your designated learning institute, DIL, in whatever province you decide to apply from. You need that acceptance letter for you to move ahead with your application. Your study permit is valid for the length of period or time for your study here in Canada. And for instance, if you have 2 years or 1 year to study a particular program, your study permit is valid for just that, plus an extra 90 days for you to wrap up, to leave, or if you choose to extend your stay, for instance, you want to work, you have opportunity to do that within that 90 days to transit into the workforce or prepare to go back to your home country. Don't forget that you can apply for the student permit faster through the student direct stream. The processing time is just 20 weeks, and that's the fast approach. If you use other methods, just going online without going through the student direct stream, it will take you longer. So just one thing for you to note here. If you apply for temporary study permits outside Canada, that's for international students, it takes about 13 weeks. International students are eligible to work after their studies for up to about 3 years. So you have up to 180 days for you to apply for work permits. Should your program end, you should be able to apply for a work permit, and that's why I mentioned that. Make sure you select those schools or those institutions that are designated, that has the postgraduate work permit programs, so that you'll be able to transit easily into the workforce. However, all of this still depends on your length of study. So if you're studying for a 1-year program, you have another 1 year for you to stay back and work. And lastly, one thing you must note is that your proof of funds as an international student is $10,000 per the year of study for your living expense, and that's apart from your tuition fee. So for instance, if your tuition fee is $10,000 a year, you have to have a POF of 20 grand, which is 10,000 for your living expense and 10,000 for your tuition. If you have tuition that is about 20,000, you should have another 10,000, which will form your POF for your living expense. That's a total of $30,000, and that's the requirement for international students studying in Canada. I'm going to jump right into documents that are accepted as proof of funds for international students who are looking forward to studying here in Canada. There are various options of proof of funds that you can declare as international students. So don't go anywhere and just keep watching. Number one, what is generally acceptable is bank statement, which we all know that if you're applying as an international student here in Canada, you must have a bank statement that is liquid, that shows that you have capacity to fund yourself through school. And what is accepted is actually a 4-month bank statement. It shows the inflow and outflow of expenses, and also shows that there's capacity to pay, capacity that will help you through your living expenses and your other years of paying through school. So if you have your bank statements running for 4 months, that will suffice as one option of POF requirements. If you also find it difficult to muzzle up the required funds, you can approach your bank for a loan approval. And this shows a document that has been agreed between you and the bank, written on behalf of the students to be, that the bank will disburse this amount of money in favor of the students when those milestones are reached. So if a student will be paying tuition at this particular time, the bank is obliged to pay because they've already given a loan approval that shows that they are willing and able to pay on behalf of the students at a given period in time. Number 3, you can also use scholarship letters as evidence of financial capacity to pay for your tuition. What you do is to attach those letters or grants, approvals that were received from the universities or agencies, and attach them with your document showing that you qualify for this amount of scholarship that would help towards your financial obligation within the school year. So feel free to remember to attach all of this. It shows that you are qualified by the institution or the agency to benefit from this grant or scholarship, as you were, and that they will be able to pay the amount at that set time. So remember to attach it to your document when you're applying for a study permit. There's also the loan capability certificate that is different from the loan approval letter. And here it just shows that you're approaching the bank for a loan and the bank is obliged to pay should you get that admission into that university. If you approach the bank for a loan towards your education, they will give you what is called the loan capability certificate. And that will show an evidence that the bank is willing to pay on your behalf as a loan to you. Well, the bank will pay the institution at the set time when you need to disburse at such different milestones should you get admitted into that college or university for that course of study. So they are obliged to pay on your behalf, but it's a loan to you. You're loaning, and then you obviously know that you have to pay back that loan. But it gives you respite that you have an opportunity to have the bank, should you be approved of that loan, that they would disburse on your behalf. So I know that so many of you will be asking, how do I approach the bank for a loan? What do I do as a student? I don't have parents that have money to send me abroad. I don't have money to be able to cater for my academics and things like that. So many concerns, especially for those that are looking forward to studying abroad. But there are opportunities for people to sponsor you. So you don't have to have that money personally if you don't have the means. If you are working and you can actually pay your way through school and you have your bank statement that shows your capability to pay, why not? But if you don't, your parents can stand as a sponsor. and help you pay through school if they have the capacity. They can also help approach the bank on your behalf for that loan capability certificate so that they can stand as a sponsor or a guarantor on your behalf to be able to pay through school. A family member can do the same. A friend can do the same. A third person, somebody that you're not even related with, but see it as an obligation that they owe you to pay you through school. People do these things, and they can help as a way to encourage somebody to further their education. And I say, look, I'm going to help you through school. They don't have to be related to you. So if you have a friend that is able to help pay for your, it can also be spread across some people. It could be your family member that will want to take care of your living expense, and another person want to take care of your tuition fee. You can match all those as long as you have the minimum expense for international students for your upkeep is $10,000 per calendar school year, and then your school tuition will be whatever it is, depending on the year or the course of study that you're going in for. So if you have two people match up to pay it, that's fine for you. But if it's one person, well, makes it easier. So you can have a friend, you can have a relative, you can have a third party, and you can have a family member also stand as a sponsor on your behalf to be able to pay your way through school or help you through the other means by approaching those financial institutions to get a loan or to get their bank statement if they have the capacity, or loan disbursement letter approval, or the loan capability certificate. And of course, if you also are lucky to get sponsorship, the better for you, adding all of this up together to make up your tuition. So these are the things I thought to share with you, so you don't lose it and feel that how will I get all of these things done if I really want to get to study abroad. There's always a way around it. Just note that you can search out for province depending on the school that you're looking out for, and go check the designated learning institute. High school and the elementary, they are already designated, but for the tertiary institution, the colleges, they are all not designated. So you need to search out for those that are designated and eventually look for, from the designated options, those that give postgraduate work permit programs, so that if you eventually decide along the journey to your studying that you want to work or think otherwise, that say, why can't I just stay? I love it here. You want to stay in Canada, you can use that option to process your PR and then eventually get your stay in Canada. I hope this has clarified some concerns from international students looking forward to studying here in Canada. There's always an option. The academic or study permit pathway has been almost a sure pathway into moving into Canada and eventually staying, because other migration pathways have been so slow and difficult for so many people. So if you look at the option of moving into Canada by a course of study, definitely if you get the approval, you get your work permit, it's easy for you to transit from studying into staying as a PR and then a citizen eventually. The journey is a bit longer, but it's obviously a surer path for you to stay in Canada. Thank you all for watching. I hope this has been informative to as many that require this information. Do subscribe, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comment section should you have more information or things that you feel that we should bring your way that will help you to further decide or make options that are necessary for you to move into Canada. Please put them in the comment section and I will dig it out for you guys. Thank you so much, everyone. Do have a wonderful day and stay blessed. Bye for now.